Today, we'll base our review on the survey that was done and published on the Straits Times, the top priorities of property buyers in Singapore, and how does Faber Residence stack up against that. Let's talk about this today. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and this is part 2 of the review on Faber Residence. New information have been released and I'm going to share all of them with you. Since the last review, we have talked about the land plot, the developer, the primary school, land cost, break-even cost, and if you have not watched it and you are interested in it, you can click here at the end of the video and you will be linked to that video. Today, we are not going to talk about all those things that we have talked about in part 1, and let's jump right into what matters to buyers most. So here we have an article published in the Straits Times on 25th July 2025, and it shows the top priorities when buyers comes into buying a home in Singapore. And the top 2 stands out the most with 90 to 92%, and the third comes in at 68%. In order not to make this video too long, we will just focus on the top 3 criteria. And if you have any comments about other criteria listed over there, you can leave them in the comment section and we can talk about them there. Before we begin, if you like content like this, hit the subscribe button now. It doesn't cost you a thing and it will really help the channel so much. And you can always unsub later if you think I'm talking rubbish. Thank you. So the number 1 criteria that we see here, 92%, is talking about pricing and affordability. That puts pricing at the top of buyers' mind when they enter into a property purchase, which means if a property is priced well, it will be very well received. And so we can look at recent launches where they sold 80 to 90 over percent. Those properties are largely very well priced. So let's look at Faber now. With new information that dropped in, we have the unit mix now, and you can see that 50% is made out of 3-bedders and 80% is actually 3-bedders or larger. That shows that this development is built for families and a lot of own stay buyers will appreciate this kind of layouts. The smallest is 2-bed 2-bath, and the sizes starts from 646 square feet for 2-bed 2-baths, 797 square feet for 3 bedrooms, 1,206 square feet for 4 bedrooms, and 1,485 square feet for 5 bedrooms. These are good sizes for families. And if you look at the price matrix here, I just want to put in a disclaimer that this is still not the official pricing. It is purely our estimates, and this does not represent the developer's pricing nor the company's PropNex pricing. So take it with a pinch of salt. Again, we have the accurate sizes now and we can better estimate the pricing from here. So what I'm using is $2,200 per square foot for 2 and 3 bedroom and $2,100 for 4 and 5 bedrooms. For 2 bedrooms, we are looking at about 1.42 million. 3 bedroom will be about 1.75 million. 4 bedroom will be about 2.53 million and 5 bedroom will be about 3.12 million. So these prices looks really attractive. And here I also did a calculation for you based on TDSR framework 4.5% stress test, and you can see how much is the recommended household income for you to comfortably own a particular layout in this development. Looking at District 5 launches, the average PSF is $2,510 per square foot. And knowing that the OCR launches are largely around $2,200 to $2,400 per square foot, and if we are looking something around $2,150 per square foot, this looks like something most buyers will be able to accept. And if developer is really launching at this kind of price point, I think that they are leaving money on the table and maybe the buyers will actually stand to gain a lot more profit. If you are really interested to know the actual pricing of this development, you can hit me up over here and I can share more with you when the information comes out. So these are the estimated pricing and the TDSR calculations that is based on this assumption of $2,200 and $2,100 per square foot. If you need my consult, you can reach out to me over here. I can do a more detailed calculation and share with you more accurate pricing as the information comes out. Next, we'll be looking into the number 2 criteria in this survey, which is location. So for the location over here, I don't think that they are talking about MRT station or shopping malls, because that is being listed as the 3rd criteria over here, which scored 68%. So for location, what can they be talking about? I feel that location is probably talking about the region, maybe proximity to families or to the workplace. So what does this location has to offer? Let's look into this now. First of all, this location is sitting between the Greater One North region and the Jurong Transformation region. So being in the center of both, I think there will be spillover effect from both developments and transformations. So that one probably will score a little bit on the location. It is also sitting right next to International Business Park. International Business Park is a very well developed and matured business park where a lot of companies, MNCs are actually running their business and headquarters there. From this development, it is about 5 minutes stroll into the International Business Park. So to some people, it is an easy 5-minute stroll to work, and to some others, it will be the ease of rentability when they decide not to stay there. And to know the rentability, I will look at the demand over here, which are the condos that is immediately near to the International Business Park. First, I draw out the rental transactions done 1 kilometer around Nanhua Primary School, because that is one reason why people are renting around there. And it has 1,380 transactions in just the past 12 months. And you can see those transactions being done at each individual condo over here. Next, we look at 1 kilometer radius around International Business Park, and there are 526 transactions within the last 12 months. Again, you see that there are repeating developments that has the highest transaction numbers, which these developments offers the close proximity to International Business Park. So in this location, it is actually between two epicenters where they attract a lot of rental demand, and we can see that with the overlapping projects that is just opposite to Faber Residence, which suggests that in this location, we are almost guaranteed rentability. So even if you decide not to stay there one day and you do not want to sell it off, you can always rent it out with a good rental income. So to sum the location up, is between two huge transformation happening in Singapore, and it is also in a strategic location where it almost guarantees rental. And next, let's talk about the third criteria, which comes in at 68%. That is proximity to transportation and infrastructure. This is the one that everyone is talking about, whether it's near MRT, whether it's near a mall. We can see that actually 68% of the people rank this on the higher scale, which is still quite a reasonable one. And let's look at what connectivity does Faber has. I know for people who are not familiar with this location, they will always look at the MRT station and look at where is the MRT. So no MRT equals cannot buy, right? Why I think that is actually not a deal breaker is because you have seen developments like Riverfront Residences, Treasures at Tampines. They are both developments that are far away from MRT, and you might also know that they are the top performers in terms of profitability. Well, it boils down to entry price and the right layout. So do we have the right entry price? This you can link up with me and I can share more with you when the actual price comes out. So does Faber Residence have the right pricing and the right layout? You have to see the show flat to know. Reach out to me over here and I'll book an appointment for you, and make sure that you are one of the first to know the layout and the pricing. But back to transportation. This development is just 3 minutes walk to a super bus stop. What do I mean by super bus stop? It's a bus stop that actually has all the services that brings you to all directions in Singapore. So let me just share a little bit of where you can be connected to with this bus stop. This bus stop is located along AYE Expressway, and you'll find buses connecting you to the Clementi MRT in just 4 stops, Buona Vista MRT station 10 stops away, and it also links you to NUH, Harbourfront, CBD, the Marina Bay area, Bukit Timah, Toa Payoh, Paya Lebar, Bukit Merah, Marine Parade. And you can see that this is all over Singapore, and with just one bus stop 3 minutes walk away, you'll be connected to all these places and more. I really can't list out every single location, but looking at the bus services, it really covers extensively. And honestly speaking, sometimes people just want to hop onto a bus and get to their destination without changing MRT lines or going up and down the escalators. So it really depends on your preference. But if you are really stuck onto an MRT station, there will be one about 10 minutes walk away. You will be walking through the International Business Park to this station along the Jurong Regional Line called the Jurong Town Hall Station. It's not the nearest, at least it's walkable walkable. You don't need to climb mountains. You don't need to cross big junctions. And the station will be completed before Faber Residence is TOP. Other than proximity to transportation, it is also listed here as proximity to infrastructures. Infrastructures over here, simply put, the most famous is the Nanhua Primary School. But do you know that there is a row of commercial shops within Faber that's called the Faber Hills? So there is a provision shop for your daily essentials and a row of very nice cafes that has been there for many years. So people in Faber actually enjoys hanging out over there, getting their daily necessities at the provision shop and enjoy that privacy, the peace and the quietness. And I think in today's context, that is something really rare. And that is the top 3 criterias. And what do you think, whether Faber Residence offers you all that top 3 criterias or not really? To me, the number 1 important thing is affordability. Pricing is right. And I think the rest is really up to your lifestyle and what do you need. And when we talk about the right pricing, of course, we have to talk about the exit strategy. Besides being between 2 huge transformations, which is the Greater One North and the Jurong transformation, let's look at the MRT developments, which is the Jurong Regional Line. Jurong Town Hall Station will be completed in 2028 and Faber Residence will likely TOP in 2029. So when this is TOP, you will already have a MRT station 10 minutes walked away. And this line will be extended to West Coast, where you'll be connected to the Cross Island Line in 2038 and further extended to link you to the Circle Line in 2042. So those are some milestones that you may want to take note for exits. Of course, there are other exits like the right timing for the buyers to buy your property, which is MOP. So in Clementi, there is a lot of $1 million HDB. 4-room flats are transacting like 1.2 something million. 5-room flats are transacted at 1.3 over million. And Clementi continues to supply new BTOs into the market, minting future millionaires, which they may be the buyers for you. And then there's another group of people who are right-sizing their big bungalows, big landed houses down to a nice condo with good layout and facilities. And these people probably will be your neighbors in Faber, because people staying in Faber likes to stay in Faber. So when they cash out their huge houses, keeping some of the profit, they will want to pay for a good development and continue staying in Faber. And right before I close, if you haven't liked and shared this video, please do us a favor to share this video to someone who stays in Clementi, and it will really help this channel so much. Thank you. So coming to the end of the video, I'll just close with this. I think Faber is a less known place. However, it is in Clementi and it is near very important infrastructures like the Nanhua Primary School and the International Business Park. And do you know that Faber is actually known to be that atas place in Clementi? When you meet someone staying in Faber and you say that, hey, you live in Clementi, they say, no, I live in Faber. So that's how much people staying there likes the place. So people staying there basically likes to be away from the hustle and bustle, yet like the location that they are easily connected to town and other important areas in Singapore. They enjoy the peace and quiet, and they also enjoy the privacy that it offers. It is definitely not for everyone, but if you're someone who is looking for the right entry price, I think you can take a closer look at this. So like, share and subscribe to my channel because it will help me a lot. It is absolutely free. If you are planning for your next sale or purchase and you need my consult, reach out to me over here and I'll always be happy to chat. Watch out for the next review on Faber Residence if you are interested in this development, because I will be having the layouts and the site map to spot the right units for you, and we will dive deeper and analyze it together. Subscribe now so you won't miss another upload. This is Ron signing off. Bye.